Gowan Avenue in Fulham looked calm that Monday morning. The air felt still, almost too still for London. Jill Dando stepped out of the taxi, smiling politely as she thanked the driver. She walked toward her home, unaware that someone had been watching her for weeks. A shadow stood at a distance near the corner. No words, no movement, only silent intent. As Jill placed her key in the lock, a single gunshot broke the silence. She fell instantly. The street swallowed the sound, leaving only an eerie quiet. A neighbor rushed outside, froze at the sight, and called the police. Britain had just lost one of its most beloved TV presenters. The news spread within minutes. Phones kept ringing in newsrooms. Reporters who once worked with Jill struggled to read their scripts without trembling. People gathered in living rooms across Britain, confused and heartbroken. Why Jill? She had no known enemies. She was kind, calm, and respected. Detectives arrived at the scene with one question. Was this a targeted killing or a terrible mistake? Detective Chief Inspector Palmer walks through the taped-off street. The forensic team examined the entrance. A single cartridge, a single wound, and no signs of struggle. Palmer frowned. The killer had been close. Very close. This was a professional hit. CCTV footage offered little help. A man in a dark jacket appeared for only 3 seconds. His face blurred, his movements steady. Whoever he was, he knew how to stay unseen. The detectives interviewed Jill's fiancé, family, co-workers, and neighbors. Everyone mourned. No one understood. A man named Barry George soon caught their attention. He lived nearby. He had a troubled history and an obsession with fame. He owned clothes similar to the blurry figure. The detectives felt pressure. The media wanted answers. The public wanted justice. Barry George denied involvement. He barely understood the accusations. Yet, a single grain of gunshot residue was found on his jacket. The case moved to trial. The courtroom filled with reporters. The prosecution painted George as unstable and dangerous. They argued that he stalked Jill and killed her. The jury listened. The evidence felt thin, but the pressure weighed heavy. After long deliberations, the jury returned a verdict. Guilty, George was sentenced to life imprisonment. Jill's family cried. The public sighed in relief, believing justice had been served. 8 years passed. New forensic standards questioned the gunshot residue. Experts argued that the single particle could have come from police contamination. The evidence collapsed. Barry George appealed. This time the court agreed he was acquitted. The country was shocked again. If he was not the killer, then who was? Rumors filled the city. Some believed it was a professional assassin hired by a crime syndicate. Others whispered that it was linked to Jill's investigative work on BBC's Crime Watch. A few feared it was a revenge hit from an international group she had reported on. The detectives revisited the files. The shadowy figure remained faceless. The motive remained invisible. Every theory ended in a dead end. Detective Palmer stood in the archives room one evening. The case file felt heavy in his hands. Thousands of pages, interviews, and photos. Yet the core of the story remained a void. He placed the file back on the shelf. Whoever killed Jill walked away clean, he whispered. And he is still out there. Britain still wonders who pulled the trigger that morning. Jill Dando's murder remains one of the country's most haunting unsolved crimes. Like and subscribe for more true crime stories.